In a dry African village, two siblings faced despair as their harvests failed year after year. One night, driven by hunger, Ali proposed a dangerous journey to the cursed Uku River. A haunting melody echoed from the river, enchanting Ali and terrifying Aliyah. Queen Zuri, the mermaid queen, demanded a price for their passage, Ali's freedom. Aliyah fought bravely to save her brother, but they were plunged into the depths of Zuri's kingdom. With the help of clever crabs, Aliyah discovered a way to escape and rescue her mother. The villagers rallied for battle against the mermaids to reclaim their loved ones. In an epic clash, Aliyah faced Queen Zuri in a fierce battle for survival. With newfound strength and courage, Aliyah led her people to victory against the mermaid queen. Their tale of resilience would echo through generations, reminding all of their strength and unity. In a remote African village, amidst the dry and relentless harmattan season, a young girl named Aliyah shared a humble abode with her older brother, Ali. Together, they toiled as local farmers, grappling with the distress of consistently poor harvests over the past 4 years. The looming threat of a food shortage haunted their village, casting a shadow over their lives. One fateful night, after another frustrating day in the fields, Ali turned to his sister with a determined gleam in his eye. "Let's venture to the Ababa fields and secure a harvest for ourselves," he suggested, his voice brimming with hope. Aliyah's eyes widened with fear, her heart racing at the thought of the dangers that awaited them on the journey. "Ali, don't you remember the stories? The cursed Uku River is infested with malevolent spirits that have claimed lives and made people vanish. It's been 3 years since Mama and Papa set out for a harvest and never returned." But her brother calmed her down, assuring her he had a plan that would ensure their safe passage over the river. "I have a charm that guarantees our safety," he lied, masking his knowledge of the river's evil with a facade of bravery. Ali was willing to risk everything to provide for Aliyah, the last of their family. The next morning, as dawn broke, the siblings embarked on their perilous expedition. They crept towards the Uku River under the cover of darkness. Upon arrival, they stumbled upon a floating raft, likely left behind by someone claimed by the spirits. Undeterred, they climbed onto the raft and began paddling towards the tantalizing fields on the other side. As they navigated the waters, a haunting melody began to fill the air. The beautiful voice of a maiden sang to them, a low hum of chants and rhythmic sounds that transcended the natural. Aliyah called out, but no answer came forth. Instead, the voice grew stronger, its pitch rising with each passing moment. "Ali, wake up please," she pleaded, noticing her brother's eyes had turned white, entranced by the enchanting voice. "You said you had charms!" Just as panic set in, the head of a maiden emerged from the water. Her voice spoke like the gentle flow of an ocean. "Beautiful child, where are you heading?" The maiden's voice was both gentle and commanding, resonating through the misty air. Fearful, Aliyah fell silent, her heart racing as she struggled to find her voice. But the maiden's voice grew powerful, echoing through the waters as if nature itself listened. "I said, where are you heading?" The urgency in the maiden's tone sent a jolt of panic through Aliyah. With a jolt of panic, Aliyah stammered, "Well, we are heading for the Ababa fields. Our village is starving due to poor harvests. Please let us pass." The maiden smiled, drawing closer. "What is your name, pretty one?" "Aliyah," she replied, her voice trembling. "I am Queen Zuri," the maiden declared. "I own these waters. I do not wish to harm you. But this young man beside you is my prize. You may cross to the Ababa fields, but I require him as payment." "No, he's my only living relative," Aliyah cried out. "I cannot let you have him. You have already taken too many from our village." "You are mistaken, little one. The villagers you seek are not lost. They live as my slaves in my kingdom below. Your brother's fate will be the same unless you bring him to me willingly," the queen warned. Aliyah's heart sank as the queen's pleasant demeanor transformed into a vicious form. She charged toward the raft, revealing her massive tail. With a single blow, she shattered the raft, sending Aliyah and her brother tumbling into the water. Aliyah desperately screamed as she struggled to swim. The whirlpool encircled her, revealing an opening to Queen Zuri's world. As the swirling waters engulfed her, Aaliyah lost consciousness. When she awoke, she found herself in a cage, surrounded by others who had vanished over the years. "What are you doing with all these people? Why am I here?" Aaliyah cried, gazing at Queen Zuri, who had returned to her beautiful form. "You are all my prisoners, my dear," Zuri replied with a sinister smile. "I use the men as I wish, while the women wait until they perish." "Why keep me alive, then?" Aaliyah asked, her voice laced with anger. "I need someone to talk to. It gets lonely down here," Zuri admitted. "But if you cause me any trouble, you shall join the others in their cages." As Zuri swam away, Aaliyah noticed a familiar face in the next cage, her mother, lying wasted and tired. "Mama, is that you?" she called, but her mother did not respond. Unable to eat the roasted fish Zuri had provided, Aaliyah scanned the area for an escape route. She spotted crabs crawling around her cage, searching for food. Aaliyah tossed them pieces of her fish, laughing as they gobbled it up. Later that night, Aaliyah awoke to cracking sounds in her cage. To her surprise, the crabs had returned, attempting to open the lock. With one final push, the cover cracked, flinging open her cage. The crabs scurried off, leading her further into a hidden tunnel. As she followed, Aaliyah could hear sounds echoing from deep within the passage. They led her directly to a mermaid's necklace lying on a rock. Aaliyah grabbed the necklace, a surge of power coursing through her veins. She dashed back to her cage, freeing her mother and a few nearby prisoners. Together they quietly fled, fear pushing them to hurry. Aaliyah pointed the necklace toward a wall of water, and a whirlpool opened up. They quickly dove through, emerging on the riverbank of the Uku, breathless but alive. As Aaliyah, her mother, and the rescued prisoners returned to the village, the townsfolk gasped in disbelief. They had been presumed dead for years. The village buzzed with curiosity and relief, gathering to hear the story of the mermaids' sinister kingdom. Aaliyah's mother detailed their harrowing experience, revealing that many men from their community were not lost, but imprisoned by Queen Zuri, forced into slavery. The villagers listened intently, horror etched across their faces as they learned of the nightly sacrifices made by the mermaids to maintain their youth. Fueled by anger and grief, the villagers resolved to take action. In a passionate assembly before the village chief, they brandished weapons, ready to wage war against the mermaids and rescue their loved ones. Aaliyah, who had trained tirelessly during the 2 weeks before the battle, knew she must lead. The following morning, just before sunrise, the village army gathered at the riverbank, led by the army general and Aaliyah. The warriors stationed themselves, hearts racing as they prepared to confront the mermaids. Aaliyah raised the pendant, directing it toward the Uku River. A whirlpool formed, revealing its secret. The villagers gasped at the sight of Queen Zuri and her army of mermaids, ready for battle. "You dare defy me, Aaliyah!" Zuri thundered, her voice echoing through the air. "Today your kind shall be wiped from these lands." With a fierce battle cry, the mermaids charged towards the warriors. The villagers, determined to rescue their loved ones, fought valiantly. Aaliyah demonstrated remarkable skill, her strikes fueled by the power of the necklace. As the battle raged on, the two sides clashed fiercely, chaos reigning supreme. Bodies fell on both sides as blood soaked the earth and waters. Aaliyah and the army general fought back to back, their strength unmatched. In the midst of the chaos, one of Zuri's sisters fell to the general's spear. Aaliyah simultaneously delivered a fatal blow to another. Enraged, Queen Zuri transformed into a monstrous figure, towering above them all. "Your necklace won't protect you forever. It's time to die," Zuri bellowed, drawing nearer. Aaliyah braced herself for the impending attack, her heart pounding in her chest. She had come too far to back down now. Sidestepping Zuri's charge, she engaged the queen with a series of swift strikes, their battle intensifying with every moment. Zuri swung her spear, attempting to land a fatal blow, but Aaliyah cleverly dodged and blocked each attack. The climax of their combat arrived when Zuri clawed at Aaliyah's necklace, exposing her vulnerability. Just as Zuri raised her spear for the finishing blow, a booming war horn echoed from above. All eyes turned skyward as a colossal portal manifested over the waters, revealing King Agus and his legions. A collective gasp swept through the warriors as they realized the tide of battle was about to change. "Stop!" Argus commanded, his voice resonating with authority. "This battle ends here. With a wave of his hand, all the captive villagers emerged from the depths of the water, freed from Zuri's clutches. Turning to the queen, Aegis declared, "You have brought shame upon our kind, Zuri. You will trouble these lands no more." As Zuri was bound in chains, the remaining mermaids and sea creatures were sucked into the portal, marking the end of their reign of terror. A great victorious cry erupted from the surviving warriors as they witnessed the liberation of their lands. Exhausted yet victorious, the villagers gazed towards the horizon, a newfound peace settling upon the once tumultuous battlefield. The released prisoners reunited with their loved ones, some weeping with joy, while others mourned the cold bodies of those they had lost. Alia, worn but resilient, was hailed as a hero. Together with her brother and mother, she stood amidst the crowd as the village chief proclaimed, "The Ababa fields are ours." Cheers erupted as they embraced their hard-won victory. Finally, they could enjoy the fields of endless food supply in peace and harmony, having reclaimed their lives from the clutches of darkness. In the wake of the battle, as the sun set over the horizon, Aaliyah understood the true meaning of strength, sacrifice, and the bonds that tie a family together. Forever etched in her heart, a tale of resilience that would be told for generations to come.